To all the geeks and nerds out there, welcome back to another episode of Beyond Logic. And today we're starting off in here because, if you could notice by my levels, we are almost at level 100. So I've just been in here doing some repairing and I noticed my levels were creeping up to 100, so I thought maybe I'll bring you guys in and yeah, we'll get there together. So I've just been doing this, hacking away, and these Endermen are super noisy. Oh my geez. Let's step away. And there we are. Wow, they are super noisy. Jeez. But there we go. Level 100. Level 100. I might have to turn that down in the edit. But yeah, I'm hoping they maybe fix that in some updates, 1.14 updates, because yeah, these Endermen are super noisy and they still push you around when you try and kill them, which is not all that great. But I'm all done repairing. I've got all my gear all sorted out. So yeah, let me get this stuff back into place and then we'll get on with the project for today. And first of all, we need to head on over to the desert because we need to get some sand, because I've only got about a stack of sand left and today we're going to need a whole bunch of it. And so let's fly away from the ball cube, which is where our Enderman farm is, and let's head on over back to the overworld. So we're going this way and we're going back through our portal, which of course is inside this thing, inside the Starship Enterprise, one of my favourite builds here on our Beyond Logic world. So let's get on in here and then into the transporter room. We haven't seen this for a little while because I normally just cut past this stuff. But yeah, and now we're back in Hill Valley because I managed to destroy my bed. That was smart, wasn't it? Right, let's go over to the desert. We have got some mining to do. And I think that is just about going to do it. I think we're full up. Yep. Our inventory is now full. We've got a whole bunch of this still here, but I'll come back for that in a second. Let's go and empty this out. And as you can see, we've been doing quite a bit of mining here. In fact, look over there. Look at all that stuff. I've not done all of that today, but yeah, you can see the desert has actually come down all this way. Yeah, we've done a whole bunch of mining here. And yeah, look at this. I've never really realised what an ender chest looks like underneath. That's pretty cool. But anyway, who remembers this place? If you're an OG member of the channel, you remember what this is all about. Doesn't work anymore, but that is our wither-powered squid farm that is broken. But that was a lot of fun, and yeah, there we go. We've got 4 shulker boxes full of sand. That is going to come in very useful for our project today. And of course, I'd like to tell you about our project, but I'm afraid I can't. No one can be told about this project. You can only see for yourself. You know what? I spend a lot of time at this machine making concrete. Oh man, I wish there was a better way. Maybe I think maybe in the future we should build one of those concrete makers where we can place down all the powder and we have a TNT machine that blows it all up and collects all the items. Maybe that's a project that we need pretty soon because this is boring. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the episode ends, and you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You press the red subscribe button, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is a Minecraft build, nothing more. We are back in the nether and we are digging netherrack because we are making a tunnel. And this is one that we started previously on a stream and I'm finishing it off. This tunnel is going to lead to our squid farm. And I hope maybe you've worked out by now. I'm sure you have. But yeah, we are going to build a Matrix-themed tunnel and decorate the squid farm as well. Because obviously in the Matrix, there are these things called the Squiddies, which are these robots that look like squids that come around and yeah, hunt down the humans. And your only defense is an EMP pulse. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. So yeah, I've got a plan, and obviously we need to build a whole bunch of black kind of a black tunnel here, and then we're going to put in some green, which is kind of the kind of theme of Matrix. So I'll stick a couple of pictures on screen for the Squiddies, and also for the Matrix kind of the typical kind of Matrix like screenshots and kind of backgrounds you get. So that's the kind of thing we're going to go for. So this tunnel leads all the way over here. So there is our mini hub right there. We haven't been here for a little while. And this tunnel goes all the way over to here. So we've just got to dig out a little bit more. And then over this side, so if you go over to the right, we've got a tunnel that goes up here. So we've got to go all the way up there, and that is where our Squid Farm collection point is. And of course, this is all towards episode 100. We're only 10 episodes away. This is episode 90. So we're getting pretty close, and I'd like to finish off as many things as possible, make things as cool as we can, because I've got something planned for episode 100. Hopefully it's gonna come off. I'm not gonna say anything about it now in case I jinx it, but if all goes to plan, that is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, we need to get to work. So I'm going to dig out this tunnel and make a start on the build. Basically, it's going to be an iceboat road. I did think about having another piston bolt, but I'm a little bit limited for time this week. So I thought, yeah, let's just get the ice down, make it nice and easy, a boat road, and we're going to have these slabs on the bottom to make it black, and then, as I said, some black concrete around the edge with some green highlights. So let's get on building, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright, so I'm building up this tunnel, and let me show you the progress so far. So yeah, not done too much. We've got the ice all the way down with our painted track on top, in case we want to transport mobs around. Not sure we ever will, but yeah, keep it all standard, keep it all consistent across everything else. And this is the kind of thing we're going to go for. So we're going to have this black concrete all the way around, nice and simple. But then we're going to use this green. So we're going to have some green, some lime green glass, and also some slime blocks. And behind the slime blocks, we're going to have some sea lanterns for some lighting to keep this tunnel all nice and lit up. And of course, yeah, the idea that this green is supposed to be those kind of those glyphs that you see on those Matrix kind of posters and backgrounds, that kind of thing. And yeah, obviously you're going to be zooming past this in a boat, so you won't be able to see too much of it, but hopefully it gives you the feel of what that's going to be like. I might split these out a bit more, might get a bit more black in between, just going to do a bit of experimentation, see how that looks. Not sure if I'm going to put anything on the ceiling, might just leave that blank for now. But yeah, that's the idea. You're going to have this going all the way down to the end, and then we're going to have some kind of mechanism to go from this level up to the collection point. We'll do that afterwards. And of course, then we need to decorate the room where the squids come out, and we need to set up a portal back to the farm itself. So that is all to come. But yeah, as I build up some of this, I thought I would just talk about that film, talk about The Matrix, because that is one film that left an impression on me, I must admit. So yeah. So first of all, in the comments, who has seen The Matrix? And I'd be interested to know, did you see it at the cinema when it first came out? Because I did, and I went into that film knowing zero about it. I went with my wife, girlfriend at the time, and we went to the cinema, and we just thought, well, let's watch this film. Don't know anything about it, so we didn't even see the trailer or anything like that. Went into it, watched it, and I've got to tell you, I was blown away. I mean, at the time, the special effects were amazing, brand new stuff that we hadn't really seen before, that kind of bullet time, that was amazing. And of course, the whole storyline itself and the way the film unfolded was just amazing. Absolutely amazing experience. One of the few films that actually had that kind of effect on me. But yeah, so if you saw the film in the cinema, what did you think? Did you see that? Did you have that kind of experience as well? I guess if you see it kind of recently, I guess it won't be so impactful, because a lot of that stuff has now been kind of copied in other films, and it's a bit cliche, I suppose, now. But yeah, that film was amazing. But anyway, let me go with the build of this, and yeah, see how far we can get on. And so as I build up this tunnel, I thought I'd have a little chat about Skyzoo, the series that I'm also running with Doc M77, the legendary master of Minecraft. And yeah, we've seen the comments, we know we've been derping about, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of cover a couple of things. We might talk about this in the episode that comes out after this, might not, but just in case. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of highlight that you need to remember, when you're watching that series, and we do derp about, we are focusing on making an entertaining video. We saw the comments about suggesting how we should catch mobs, that kind of stuff. We know how to catch mobs, don't you worry about that. We know all the tricks in the book of how to do it. Yeah, we know about trapdoors, we know about pathfinding, Yeah, we know about that stuff. But you've got to remember, we're trying to do a series here that's going to be entertaining to watch, and also some things we can do together, and yeah, have a bit of fun, and yeah, try and create some circumstances where some odd things can happen, some derps can happen, and then we get some events that can kind of lead on to some jokes and some banter, that kind of stuff, and that's what we're focusing on. So we're having a lot of fun, and yeah, I guess you know, if we wanted to catch mobs in a super efficient way, we could just create a bunch of 1x1 dark runes and just let them spawn in their cages, and then that'll be that. But that's not a very interesting video to watch, right? So yeah, so just bear in mind when you're watching those kind of videos, you know, we're thinking about entertainment as a primary kind of goal, I guess. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with that series. It's going really well, really enjoying it, and looking forward to the next one. So I think we've had the 3 episodes out by the time this video comes out, and we'll be recording again on Monday, and then there is more to come for sure. So if you haven't seen it already, then go and check it out. It's on my channel. Also check out Doc's version as well. It's a lot of fun. Now that is a sight you don't see every day. That is a portal with the bottom missing, and this is the collection for our squid farm. So in the overworld, if you haven't seen it before, in the overworld, we have a squid farm where we have a bunch of water next to some portals, and the squid go immediately, as soon as they spawn, they go into the portals, and then they fall out of here into this area, and then they just die of suffocation because they're not in water, and then we collect their drops and it goes into that chest. So that is how it's set up at the moment, and yeah, that has worked out pretty well so far, but we need to make some improvements. So we need to decorate this place up, and also I'd like to add a shulker box loader underneath rather than just that chest, and obviously improve the access to here. So there's the ladder that takes us down to the tunnel, so we need to improve that. And also we need to add a portal here so we can go quickly back to the overworld, to the actual farm where the squid spawn. So we've got a lot of work to do. So let's go down here. So I've used some scaffolding to get up here. I might keep that, I'm not sure yet. This is a nice, it's nice and easy, easy way to get up and down in the nether, because obviously we don't have access to water. Water doesn't work. So let's go down to the tunnel and check it out. And here is the tunnel all complete, so let's go for a ride and try it out. There we go, we can zoom down here nice and fast, and it was pretty easy to build, and yeah, I think it looks alright, not too bad. So I also added, as well as the green that I spoke about earlier, I also added some white in as well. I noticed that sometimes the glyphs were white, we get a few of those here and there, so I added that for a bit of extra detail. But you know, as you're whizzing past this stuff, you're not really going to see it, but I think it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. So over here at the end, so obviously we need to do a little bit of work here at the end, and we need to have one of our boat stations with a cactus that breaks the boat for us, that kind of thing. And then we go a little bit of a walk over here to the scaffold, and it takes us all the way up. So we need to do a bit of work there. So yeah, we've got good access now. Just got to do a little bit more work over there and do the stuff above, as I spoke about earlier. So yeah, let's get cracking. And the first job has been done. We have added this shulker box loader to the side. So I've kept everything here as it was before, because when this gets going, you can get quite a lot of squid that come in, and I think it's probably a good idea to have a buffer to kind of collect up all of the squid ink in here before we start feeding it into the shulker boxes. So yeah, this is a design. This is not my design. This is a design by Hex Regulus. I'll stick a link in the description to his tutorial if you want to see how to build this thing up. But pretty straightforward and nice and compact. That's why I like it. So yeah, we've got the shulker box there that gets filled up with items, and then a comparator that reads that. And when it gets filled up, because we've got a redstone block underneath just there, so when it gets filled up, we get this observer fires, which fires this piston, which breaks the shulker box, and then it goes through this repeater, which then triggers this block, which makes the dispenser, which is behind, release a new shulker box, and we can put empty shulker boxes in here. So I'll fill up a few more in there, and then the filled ones go into the chest under there underneath. So we're all good, and that is all done, all working. So that is good news. So the next thing I want to do, I want to make some changes to this. So this portal here, I'm a bit nervous about, because I think if any of those portal blocks get an update, it will break the whole portal, and I don't really want to put down another 5,000 banners to make this again. So I need to do a bit of testing to make sure that what we're going to do next is actually going to work. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to change up this white glass for green glass, and the blocks on the top, I want to change out those white blocks to be black. But I don't want to risk damaging this portal. That would be bad. So I think I might hop into a creative test world and give this a shot and see what's going to happen. This is my creative test world, and I have set up what we've got here in our normal world, our normal survival world, and I want to do some experiments to see what's going to happen if we do things around this portal, because I don't want it to break. So let's do this thing. So I think first of all, we want to test what happens around putting blocks down around this portal. So I'm pretty sure that if I put put a block underneath, then it's all going to break. So let's just make sure that's the case. Yeah, okay, so that's what's going to happen. So we can't do that in our world. So let's put those frames back again. And now let's see what's going to happen. What about if we put blocks next to these? That doesn't seem to... that is interesting. So we're probably safe there. Okay, so what about if we break these blocks next to... Okay, so that seems to be all right as well. So as long as we're very careful, as long as we're super careful and we don't start hitting these blocks, because if we do that, we'll update it. So yeah, okay. So we can do this. We can remove these blocks as long as we are super careful and we don't touch the frame itself or place a block underneath. That should be all right. Okay, let's hop back to survival and yeah, give it a shot. Okay, here we go. It's time to start breaking some blocks, and as long as we are careful, we should be all right. Fingers crossed. So let's get rid of all of this glass. Okay, that's so far so good. All right, that's good. Right, let's replace those. And now for the blocks above. Okay, that seems to be working. Seems to be all right. Okay, good. All right, let me carry on with this and get all this stuff done. And there we have it. It is done. It worked. It worked. That was good. Oh, I was a bit nervous about that, but that is good. All right. So I think the next thing I want to do is I want to work out where our portal is going to be to take us back to the overworld so we can see the farm, get access to it. And then we'll work out exactly where our tunnel going down is going to be. I think this one I'm going to move probably over to here. And then once we've done that, then we can get the room decorated up and then it'll all be done. So yeah, pretty good. All right. Let's work out where this portal is going to be next. I think that is the next job. After some trial and error, this thing is now linked up. I've got to say, that took a bit of time. Yeah, turns out getting these portals to link up wasn't so easy because they're not in the right place in terms of the Y value. This one is up right. Obviously, this one is right up here, up in the nether ceiling, and that's because we wanted to make it easy for ourselves when we broke that portal. When we did the update suppression. Wanted to make it easy to place all the banners, but then it made it harder to get these portals to separate. I was at one point I was going through that portal when I shouldn't have been. Then I had Squid coming through this portal, but managed to maneuver them into the right place, and now they will link up properly. So let's try this one out. So if we go through this portal, we should end up quite close to our AFK spot. So there we go. Here we go. Through this portal, and our AFK spot is actually this piece of netherite right here. We're not going to decorate this bit today. We might come back to that another time, get the overworld side done. But this is the portal for the squid farm. Obviously, pretty big portal. There's actually 4 of these, and with water, we've got 2x2 water strips in between. So when the squid spawn, they go directly into the portal straight away, and you just stand here for a bit and wait for the squid to come through. So all the squid. So if I stand here for a few seconds longer, just while I try and fill some time and talk. So a few squid should have spawned by now, I think, hopefully. And now when we go through here, we should end up back in that portal we came through, and hopefully in our chamber we should have some squid. Then there we go. There they are. So that is working. That is brilliant. Right, so they are all going to die and drop their ink. And what I've done as well is I've taken away the soul sand and used some slabs as well, just so we don't get pigmen spawning in here on top of the soul sand. We'll still get some coming through here, maybe because they'll spawn on the obsidian in the overworld, so we still get some coming through. But just to kind of clean that up, thought that's what we'd do. So that is all good in the hood, as they say. So I'm thinking now it's time to just do some decorating. Now this is all functional. We've got our shulker box loader and we've got our 2 portals, and I've got this thing right here. This is the way down, so that goes all the way down to our tunnel. So we've got everything connected, and we can also get out of there. Down here as well, there's a little hole that I've created. So I think I'm going to fill in the bottom here with these slabs, just to stop anything spawning down here, to keep this all empty. And then we're going to just do all the walls around in black, and then get some green highlights here and there, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, and then that bit there, I should have mentioned, that's going to be a little kind of balcony that we can stand on. So when we come out of the portal, we can stand there and see the squid in their chamber, dropping their ink sacs. So that is the plan. All right, so let's get going. We are about done, so let's check it out. Here is our squid head at the entrance to our squid farm. So let's do it. So let's go down here in the boat road. Checking this tunnel out, looking cool. Really like how this has turned out, looking really nice. And we've got to one of our boat breakers at the end with the cactus underneath, and then a nice little stair step down to here. And the boat has ended up in here. So on the way back, we can just step on this pressure plate and get the boat back in our inventory, and then we can go back that way. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got this little tunnel here. Didn't spend too much time on this. Just wanted to get something presentable, get rid of the nether rack. So yes, just sticking with the green and the black theme. You know, looking all right. I suppose we could do a bit more detail, a bit more depth, all that kind of stuff. So we might come back and do a second pass on this a future time, but I think for now that is okay. And then we go up up this scaffolding, and yeah, there's a little bit of netherrack here, but again, yeah, we can tidy this up another time. But I did add some sea lanterns in here, so it's not pitch black. It's kind of all right. So let's get up to the top and see what the room looks like. And here is the room all decorated. Here's our little balcony by the portal, and then over here is our chamber for the squid to fall in. So I didn't go too crazy with the wall. Just made it black concrete, and just a sprinkling of some of the green glass with some sea lanterns behind. And that's just because I want the squid in the centre to be the focal point, and of course the portal itself, I want that to be something that is quite easily seen. So yeah, this is how it looks. And of course we've got good access down there to our shulker boxes that go into that chest, so we can just jump down here and grab them out of here. Not quite filled up yet. This one is getting there as I've been working away. This has been filling up. So even just building this thing has given us a bit of ink. So, and then we can go up here now. Obviously we've got these slabs here on the bottom to make sure things don't spawn. It's a shame this is not a bit blacker, but yeah, kind of grey, but yeah, it's all right, I suppose. It's all right. So what we need to do now is, I think the very last thing I want to do is actually see some squids coming in. So I think what we're going to do is go over to the overworld and employ a friend to stand on the AFK spot while we watch things happen over here. That's an interesting skin you've got there. I think maybe you need a revamp. Okay, what's that? Yeah, okay, yeah. Just all you got to do, right? Don't worry, it's quite simple. All you got to do is stand on that red spot. Okay, can you do that for me? What do you mean no? What do you want to do instead? No, you can't come over with me. You've got to stand here. I'm going to go and check out the squid. You're going to stand here, okay? All right, so you know what to do, right? You're just going to stand there and just wait around and wait for these squids to spawn, okay? Oh, jeez, there's no need to hit me. Jeez, no need to get violent. Gee, all you got to do is stand on the spot. Oh my gosh. Oh, you really can't get the droids these days. Right, let's head on over to the nether and see these squid come in and see what it looks like. And here come the squid. They are coming on through thick and fast. These things, there's so many squid in here. This is really working really well. This is great news. It's good this is working in 1.14. First time I've tried it. And yeah, our shulker box must be filling up by now. If it hasn't already, maybe it already has. That might be on a new one. I'll go and check that in a second. But yeah, all of the squid are coming through, and we can stand up here and watch the show, which is pretty cool. So let's head on down. Let's see. Has our shulker box actually emptied? Oh, it's a new one. And there is a full shulker box full of ink. So that is working as well. Brilliant stuff. Look at these sentinels trying to escape. They're trying to escape, but they can't. We're going to put out an EMP and kill those sentinels. That is great news, right? This has turned out really well. Another project ticks off the list on the road to 100. Not far to go now. Another 10 episodes, and we're at the big 100. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty epic. But yeah, that is about it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, then please hit the like button. And if you're new, then feel free to subscribe. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, any kind of feedback, then get it in that comment section. Oh, and don't forget, make sure you check out Skyzoo. It's really cool. See you later. Bye.